What's for dinner? Hey everyone, I'm Chef Z and welcome back to Chef Z Cooks. Today we're going to be making some homemade pizza, and I want to give a very special thank you to Fleischmann's Yeast for sponsoring today's video. Now, making homemade pizza is super fun, super easy, and not only that, but everything comes together in just under 30 minutes, and I'm going to be showing you just how easy it is to make the bomb pizza crust. Now, another thing that you guys probably already know about me is that I absolutely love Cuban sandwiches. So I'm actually going to be taking a Cuban sandwich and transforming it into a pizza, which, by the way, is super, super tasty. So let's go ahead and get started. Making homemade pizza is really easy, and you can visit Fleischmann's website for more information, and you can also use your favorite toppings to make your favorite pizza. First things first, we're going to take the Fleischmann's RapidRise instant yeast and add that to 1 cup of flour, along with some sugar and some salt for added flavor. We're going to whisk everything until it's well combined. Next, we're going to be adding some water, but in particular, we definitely want the water to be warm. You know the water is the right temperature when it's between 120 and 130 degrees Fahrenheit. So once we get our water to the right temperature, we're going to add that to the water yeast mixture along with some canola oil. Now this is where we get to have a little bit of fun. We're going to take our hands and we're going to mix everything until it's well combined. And don't worry if the dough right now is super sticky, because it's totally normal, and we want to mix it for about a minute. Keep in mind that the warm water is going to activate the yeast, which is going to give our pizza dough beautiful rise. Afterwards, we're going to add just a tiny bit more flour and we're going to continue mixing. Now we're going to repeat this until our dough is no longer sticky. And I personally like to take a little bit of flour and add it in gently at a time until I can kind of feel that the dough is no longer sticky. I always say it's easier to add than it is to take away. So once I've mixed the dough and gotten it to a nice workable consistency where it's not too sticky but it's not fully dry, that's when I like to just clean my hands and get the excess dough off. And then I like to transfer it over to a marble slab. Now, it's okay if you don't have a marble slab. Any clean cooking surface will do. But before we transfer the dough, make sure that you add some flour and then add the dough on top of the flour. And also, to prevent more sticking on your hands, you want to make sure to generously coat your hands with flour as well. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to continue kneading the dough for a few more minutes. In total, I would say that I kneaded my dough for about 3 to 4 minutes until everything was well combined. Now, I know my dough is ready when it's no longer sticky. So again, if you want more information on how to make the perfect pizza dough, go ahead and visit Fleischmann's website, because for some it may actually take a little bit more flour, and this is something that you can eyeball. So once my dough is ready, I just make sure to keep it in this beautiful little ball like you see here, and I'm going to add it into a bowl with some more flour on the bottom so it doesn't stick. Cover it, and I'm going to let it rest for 10 minutes. And after those 10 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to flour my pizza stone, but you can definitely use another pizza tray if that's what you have, and you can choose to either flour it or grease it. It's totally up to you. So now I'm going to take my pizza out of the bowl, and very gently I'm going to place it onto my floured pizza stone. And again, like you saw before, I'm going to generously coat my hands with flour, because now is when I'm going to actually stretch out my pizza dough into the actual pizza. Now you can do this a variety of different ways. I like to do this using my hands because I like to make sure that the pizza dough is super fluffy, but you can definitely use a rolling pin as well. Now, based on this recipe, this will roughly yield a pizza of about 9 inches, and the pizza stone that I'm using is about 12. So keep in mind that you definitely want to bake it on something that's a little bit bigger than the dough. And once you've rolled out the dough, it's really important that you pinch it to make this awesome pizza crust, because honestly, the pizza crust is definitely the star of the show. And it's really simple. You just want to very gently go around and pinch it with your thumb and your index finger until you're all the way done. And once you finish pinching the crust, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add our toppings. Now, a Cuban sandwich is no Cuban sandwich if you don't have some yummy butter on there. So I like to take some room temperature softened butter and just spread it very gently across the whole entire pizza. And this is going to give the pizza some awesome flavor, and it's definitely also going to make the crust taste amazing as well. Now, once we've spread all of the butter, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take some fresh garlic, and we're just going to very generously garnish it on the bottom. And this is definitely going to give the Cuban pizza a nice mojo flavor. And again, a Cuban sandwich is no Cuban sandwich if you don't have some yummy mustard. So we're going to take some mustard and we're going to spread it very generously again all over the pizza. And it's going to give the pizza that nice, sweet yet tangy flavor that we love in a Cuban sandwich. Now we're going to add some Swiss cheese, and we're going to spread that all over until it's covered the pizza completely, but make sure not to get any cheese on the crust. Afterwards, we're going to take some ham, and we're also going to add that as one of the toppings. And keep in mind that you can use some honey ham or some smoked ham. The decision is totally up to you. Afterwards, we're going to be taking probably one of my favorite ingredients, which is some shredded pernil. But if you don't have some shredded pork at the house, no worry. You can definitely either skip this or you can make your own by using some country style ribs. And now we're also going to add some diced pickles, because again, a Cuban sandwich is no Cuban sandwich without that yummy pickle. And now I'm also going to add some leftover garlic just at the very top, because you guys already know I love my garlic. And of course, we're going to add a little bit more cheese just to sandwich in all of the yummy toppings. Next, we're going to heat our oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. And once it's reached the proper temperature, we're going to go ahead and we're going to bake our pizza. Now, keep in mind that the cook time will vary depending on your oven. So it can cook anywhere between 5 minutes to 10 minutes or even 15. For me, it took 10 minutes. And you know your pizza is done when that cheese is melted and that crust is beautiful golden brown. So there you guys have it, my recipe for a Cubano pizza. Make sure to visit Fleischmann's website for more information on how to make the perfect pizza crust. And until next week, I'm Chef Z, y buen provecho. Alright guys, as you guys know, I always like to send you guys off with just a quick tip to make sure that you get this recipe perfect each and every single time. Now, for my first tip, make sure that the water that you're using for the pizza dough is between 120 degrees and 130 degrees. Now, this is super important because that very warm water is key in activating the yeast whenever you are making your dough. Now, my second tip is once your pizza is done and it's in the oven, keep a close eye on the pizza, because depending on your oven, your pizza can cook in as quickly as like 7 minutes, or it may take as long as 15 minutes. And honestly, it depends if you're working with a regular oven, convection, if your oven has a little bit of a lean. Now, regardless of whatever type of oven that you have, you know your pizza is done when that cheese is melted, but more importantly, when that crust is nice and golden brown. Now, for my third tip, you can use a rolling pin to roll out your pizza dough if that's what you have on hand. Now, in today's video, I rolled out the dough pretty much and I stretched it out using my hands because I like keeping the pizza crust nice and fluffy. However, if you were to use a rolling pin, your pizza crust is still going to come out super tasty and it's still going to come out nice and fluffy. In fact, it may have a little bit of a crunch to it, which is still super delicious. Now, for my fourth and final tip, If you don't have shredded béarnaise laying around, hey, listen, I get it. You can definitely use some country style ribs, and all you have to do is season the country style ribs as you would a béarnaise or even some simpler ingredients. It's totally up to you, and you can saute it and cook it on the stove anywhere for about 15 to 20 minutes until it's cooked all the way through and then shredded. And you can use that instead of béarnaise, and it's still going to come out super tasty. So there you guys have it, some quick tips to making sure that this recipe comes out perfect each and every single time. Thank you so much for watching, and I do hope you enjoyed today's recipe. And very special thank you again to Fleischmann's Yeast for sponsoring today's video. Now, if you have any questions, be sure to comment down below and visit my website, Chef C Cooks. And if you need some inspiration on what to make next, go ahead and click right here.